Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 66 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Now if you think just because I killed the Ender Dragon, collected her egg, and put it in a trophy in my golden castle over here, and you think that means I'm done with this series, you got it wrong. Not quite yet. I've still got a few things I'd like to get to before wrapping up this series and moving on to Season 4, where I'm going to be using 1.2 of Minecraft and a bunch of new mods. I'm going to be getting rid of one or two, adding a couple, bringing back some old ones that I haven't used in a while, and bringing in a new one or two at least that'll be completely brand new. So, Season 1.2, Season 4 will be pretty soon, but there's still a couple things, like I said, like I want to do in this world before I wrap it up. And also, there's a mod or two not released yet that I want to use. So as soon as it's released, I'll probably be starting it up. Now, there's a couple things I need to do in this series before wrapping up, like I said. One thing is I'm starting to have issues with overflow of items from forestry. You can see here I've got all this wood and wheat and seeds, and I've got a good amount of peat, but you know, not a terribly large amount. So what can I do about that? Well, there's a couple things I can do, and you can also see I'm a little bit low on resources for bars there and whatnot, but that's okay. Otherwise, I'm doing alright. I'm not overflowing too much with anything. Plenty of cobblestone and marble, as you can see. All this stuff, there's plenty of that, but that's okay. So I think I'm going to do something about my forestry chest getting pretty darn full here. So why don't I get ready on what I need to do, and I'm going to wind up moving this blueprint library, because I decided that it's going to be over along here on this wall that I want to get things built. So I'll be back in just a few minutes to get started. Alright guys, so what I'm doing here is going to go ahead and consider grabbing some brass. Let's see, or bronze, I'm sorry, not brass. I'm going to need a good amount of it, so let's get a bunch crafted up and then come back once I've got everything I need. And I think what I'm going to want to craft is two of these machines here, so let's get two of them going. Okay, two sturdy machines, and just put bronze ingots all along the sides there, and you've got the carpenter. Now this is a pretty neat little tool. Let's go place one. I haven't exactly decided where I want these guys to hang out yet. I'm thinking maybe one here and one here. That might be good. Now this thing actually needs water to run, so I'm going to need a steady supply of water coming in here. So why don't I do something you guys have seen me do quite a few times in the past, which is set up a 3x3 water pool with a pump coming out of it, and I'll be back once that's made. And I sleep through the night, of course. Alright guys, I think you know this one by now. Gonna go ahead and craft up a iron pickaxe. Make sure I've got some redstone on me. Just one should be enough. And let's see here. Iron gear, redstone, pickaxe, and these guys give me my mining well, don't they? Oh, pickaxe on the bottom. Derp. There we go. I was close. And the tank. Sweet. Pump. And then let's get out of my green bag here. Let's see. I should have some golden waterproof pipes. That's perfect. And I'll need a few more redstone engines just to make things nice and smooth. But I'll get that redstone out. That should be enough. Yeah, I think we're good here. Let me just get 3 more redstone engines, and we'll start building up the thing out there. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so there's the pump. We'll get ready to start placing our redstone engines around the outer side here. I'm thinking that should be a good spot for it. And the other 3 are done by now. Perfect. Alright, should start getting water in a moment, and then we're ready to rock. Now we do need energy for our carpenters to run, and in order to get that energy, I'm probably going to go with maybe just wireless. Yeah, it should be fine. So why don't I get myself some teleport pipes, and I'll be right back. You know what? Changed my mind. Gonna do something a little different. I don't think I've built these in this season yet, so I said, hey, perfect time for it. So let's get out our crafting table and decide what to make. I'm gonna need some tin gears. Okay, tin gears, of course, being part of forestry and only forestry. There we go. And I'm also gonna need some pistons, tin gears. So it looks like a Buildcraft engine that I'm making, but it's actually a forestry engine. It's called the electrical engine. And this is a Buildcraft engine that runs off electricity. And I thought to myself, well, gee, I've got this great power line under my house, like right here, right? So why would I ever consider doing all this complicated stuff to get engines going? All I gotta really do, look, there's a line already here. All I gotta do is place the engines. And they didn't explode, which is good, because I didn't know if they would or not. That's cool. Put this guy here. And then, let's figure out how I might want to do this. Carpenter, looking good. Maybe I could do something like this. Should I have some kind of has work condition going on here? I wonder if there is a has work condition. Let's get a gold gate, because those are pretty cool. And drop my cobblestone on the ground. If I were to do something like this with a gate on it, what do we got? Inventory empty, item space full, got the tank conditionals, redstone has work. Cool, there's no work to do. Let's tell it has work, redstone signal, and I think that if I just place a block under it, that redstone signal should travel through the block and activate this guy. Let's see if that's true. I should just knock this wall out completely for the time being, because I'm going to want to access that thing and make sure it's emitting a redstone signal. Where are we at? Where are we at? I need some work to do. So let's show you guys one of the recipes that you can make here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to have to do in order to put all these machines together is create what's called a crate. Makes sense? So let's click on this guy, and look, the engine's running. Sweet. I think the engine was running. Is it going? Yeah, look, it's going. So the redstone signal is traveling through the block, activating the redstone engine next to the block, and we should have crates. Perfect. So 4 pieces of wood to get us a crate. I'm going to get us a few more. And note that it doesn't run right away. This thing's meant to act like an automatic crafting table, in that whenever items land in it, it will automatically build when it doubles up. So like an automatic crafting table, watch what happens. Now it has work, and it's going to start working, but it'll keep the recipe in there. If you want to force it to go ahead and craft the last recipe, so right now it doesn't have work anymore, as you can see, just left click on your crate here, and it'll start running. Might be a double click, but you get the point. Basically click here and it says, oh, okay, you want to craft that now? No problem, I'll take care of that. So let's do that. Alright, so crates go in the top slot here. Okay, so I'm going to create 2 crating systems because I have a lot of stuff. Specifically, I've got a bunch of wood and a bunch of wheat. So let's check this out. If I take 9 pieces of wood here, okay, I get crated wood. If I come over here and grab some wheat and place 9 pieces of wheat in here, I get crated wheat. There we go. By placing a second set in there, now I have to do the same thing, and I probably shouldn't be wasting golden AND gates, though, to be honest with you, it's not that big a deal. I have to go here, here, place this guy down, and do the has work conditional again. Has work, redstone on, go. And that should activate that engine underneath. Perfect. And then we're going to get a crated piece of wheat. Awesome. I like it. Now let's see what we can do about, and look, we'll do the same thing with the wood. It should detect the conditional as soon as we've got it in there and start crating. And it's thinking, thinking, thinking. Ta-da! Crated wood. Alright, now the cool thing about these, by the way, is you can either uncrate them in a carpenter, or you can just right-click them. And look, it spits out the wood. And I got 9 pieces out of that. So let's put our wheat away and try that. So no wheat in my inventory, right-click, pick it up, 9. Perfect. So now let's see about creating an automatic system to keep the amount of wood and wheat we have in this chest rather low, and then we can keep our machines running longer. Now there is a recipe to do the same thing with peat, but I don't believe there's a recipe for seeds or saplings, but that's alright. Peat I don't want to go ahead and crate up just yet because I really don't have a ton of it and I've been using it a lot, but whereas the wood and the wheat I don't have all that much. Now I could just be burning this stuff into EMC, but I think it's funner to craft it and crate it up. So now let's figure out how we're going to get these automatic carpenters to do the crated wheat thing. So I'm going to do a little experiment here, knock this guy off, and run my pneumatic tubes straight over to this guy. And I'm interested to see... Ah, look, it's pulling out wood. That's not what I want it to do. I was interested to see how the carpenter would extract stuff with pneumatic tubes in the retriever. It might be that it's going to be a little bit better with Buildcraft pipes as opposed to Red Power tubing. So let's see. For piping, you can input cartons and crates in the top and bottom. Any item set in the crafting matrix can go on the sides, and any liquids can go on the sides. And powered output, you can have a product come out the side. So, okay. So, Red Power 2 Retriever, not going to work for this instance. Alright guys, digging through my Buildcraft chest here, I found myself an extractor module, what I was looking for, and I want to see how well this thing works. So what I'm thinking about doing is, we've got some items back here. What do we got? I didn't want to make too big of a mess, but looks like I'm forced. Let's see, if I go look at this thing, I'm going to need a wrench, I believe. Pretty sure that's just an extractor guy, or a provider guy, right? So let's see. Yeah, he provides... Let's think about how we might want to do this. Alright, I have a test I want to run real quick. Basically, I'm going to get myself a bit more of this wheat stuff. And I'm just going to place down my logistics chassis pipe, the Mark 1, which is just one chassis component. And in there, I'm going to place my extractor module. And it can extract orientation default, that's fine. And I'm going to place it into probably just a chest. So let's do that. Let's get a Philosopher's Stone here. Craft up just a chest for now. This is temporary, I want you guys to know that. And then let's do this guy here. What do I want? Probably just some stone transport pipes, looks good. Place one like that, and I'll place my chest down right here. Temporary, promise. Alright, so the extractor module should pull one item out every few seconds or so. Now, I know it doesn't have any route to follow because there's no logistics pipe on the end. I might put one there, but let's see what happens. It should craft up this crated wheat right now. There we go. Okay, made a crated wheat. Now, is the extractor module going to shoot that out? That is the ultimate question. I'm thinking it should at some point, but I don't know if it needs a logistics pipe on the end there for that to actually happen. So let's go ahead and put one. We'll make it the default route as well. It may be required, I'm not sure. So we'll just move this chest over to here. This guy and wrench to default route, yes, in this network. And now we've got green ends on both sides. Hey, there we go, it worked. So I guess you do need a logistics pipe with a default route. Cool. So, crated wheat. Nice. I like it. Alright. So, that might be an approach. I could handle that. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is just get myself one of these guys. Now remember, we pulled all the wood out earlier when we were testing, so I had to refill that. But this should send an activation signal. There we go. I want to make sure I have a piece of crated wood with me as well as the crated wheat. Sweet. And I'm going to go place that over here in the green line. So what I'll probably have to do is make another one of these green lines and put crated wood and crated wheat. Make sense? I thought so. And why not? We'll put all the wood in this line again, the green line. Sweet. And you can see I crafted myself an ender chest over here. So what do you think I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to place my ender chest up here, like so. And I'm going to need to fly. and get myself some cactus greens. Remember, green, green, green is the color code for my sorting chest, and any items that get put in there automatically get sorted. Okay. And I hope that's far enough away for what I want to do with it. Now it does say I can do this powered output on any side, so let's try this. And where's my basic logistics? And my pipe here. So if I do something like this, this, and this, make this guy the default route for this little mini system I'm making here, put in my extractor module here, and let's see what happens if I place some wheat in here. Hopefully it'll craft up some crated wheat. There it goes. And then in a few seconds it should send the crated wheat out to the default route, which is the ender chest. Ta-da! At which point it gets sorted and placed back into the green path right here. So cool. This is going to be fun in about a minute. Let me get myself another chassis pipe, a redstone chassis pipe. So I just need some redstone, and I've got some in me. So that's perfect. Bear with me a moment, guys. I need another basic logistics, which I hope I have in here somewhere. I don't, do I? Fail. Alright, I'll be back after I craft one. Or 8. Alright, crafted up a logistics out of one of the basics I made there. And logistics chassis mark 1. We're going to do the same thing right here. And open this up. And this is also going to have an extractor module. Default. So now we've got this nice little extractor system set up so that if I put wood in here, 9 pieces that is, and some wheat in here, and I know I put an extra piece of wood over there. Don't yell at me now. There we go. It should automatically run. See, both engines are running. And ta-da, up it went. And it should find its way eventually. Wonder if these guys are acting as default routes. I think they might be. In which case, maybe I should wait for that stuff to come through. Oh, we've got one. Wheat and wood. Why don't I open up the wrench here and tell it that this is the default route for wheat and wood. What that'll mean is it'll request these items and be the default route. So those items should automatically head over there. So let's get ourselves a bit more wheat. There we go. And wheat as well. And hopefully we won't have any more bouncing around the pipes. I believe that should be the case. Alright, I lied. We do. But, oh well. It gets there eventually, doesn't it? Yep, a little bouncing. But, like I said, eventually makes its way up there, at which point it'll get sorted. Now let's figure out a way to get items out of these forestry chests, and not take all of my wood and wheat, but most of it. So let's see, guys. Let's go for the simplest and most efficient approach. I'm going to try, not sure if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to grab a supplier pipe right here, and just run some cobblestone pipes straight over to... not there. How about, well, yeah, I don't want that guy interfering. What frequency is he? I might just move it. This is frequency 7, receiving true. Sorry, buddy. 7 is disabled for the next 5 seconds. There we go. 7 receiving true. Now to get out of this hole I made. Sweet. Let's hook this up here and tell it to keep the supplier pipe filled with 18, I want to say. If I put 18 wheat in this thing, will it keep it evenly distributed? That's my question. So hopefully it will. Let's find out. Sengir, you are awesome. Because that worked like a charm. So now all I gotta do is craft up, with my Philosopher's Stone, another basic logistics pipe, some lapis, and we get the supplier. Wrench this thing up and tell it to keep it with, oh, I don't know, how about 18 wood? And that will take care of that. See? And now we're automatically supplying the system with wheat and wood. Perfect, right? I might bump this up a little bit too. Let's go ahead and tell it to keep more than that. I'm going to tell it to keep 27. That way it will keep just enough for 2 rounds, and that'll give it time to... Oh, I've got my wheat still. That'll give it enough time to resupply between cycles without having to stop. So we'll get a production cycle, and by the time it finishes this set of wood, it'll immediately move on to the next set. It'll still have work to do, so that engine will keep running, and we'll get resupplied again. So keeping that like that should be pretty solid. I like it. So there's only one change I want to make now to my forestry engines, and I'm going to tell it to, if I could get back there and access the pipe rather than the chest, I'm going to tell this thing, what do we got? Leave 1 item per stack. Leave first stack, leave last stack, first and last, 1 item per stack. Guess 1 item per stack is the way to go. I mean, yeah, I don't know. What do I want to do here? I mean, we're quickly going to eat up all this wheat and wood and compress it down to crated, right? We're going to craft it down significantly. And then anytime I need wheat or wood, I can go ahead and just get in there and take care of it and get it. So, do I want to leave first and last stack? I don't even know what that means exactly. Does that mean it's going to leave this thing and this thing? I'm guessing. Yeah. You know what, I'm just going to leave this guy on normal mode. I think that's fine. Because what it'll do is it'll just eat up all the stuff. It'll eat up all the wood and all the wheat. And if I want to get some more wood, I just go grab a crate and I'll be in good shape. So let's seal up our wall. I think the system is pretty well built. I don't have anything else to do with it. And there's a bunch of crate recipes, by the way, in case you guys have a lot of resources like I do. I should probably do something similar with, look, there's dirt, brick. Like, he basically took the idea of having blocks for storage and made it, you know, crateable. So if you want to crate up tin or bronze, brass, nickelite he has, sweet. Honeycombs, yeah, I should probably be doing that right about now. Maybe I'll even do that. That might not be a bad idea. Beeswax and pollen, all the bee items can be crated. You get the point. So maybe at some point soon I'll go ahead and do the crating thing, but we'll see. Looking good. So I'll let this run for a few minutes and come back in a bit once it's ready. Make your way up there eventually, don't you guys? Yeah, good. And we should be auto-sorting. Yeah, look at that. We already got a good amount of crated wheat and wood, and we've narrowed down this chest. So this chest overflowing, problem solved. Oh yeah, and there is crated scrap. Is there crated rubber? Yep, there's crated rubber. Ha ha ha. And the, like I said, these carpenters will automatically uncrate things for you, but I have an idea. I want to try something. I'm curious if this will work. Alright, what do you think about this, guys? Let's see. If I were to go something like this, chest, piston, redstone, cobble, 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 cobble. Am I close here or what? Ah, redstone on the bottom. I was close. Boy, that's the second time tonight I reversed that. Deployer. Crated wheat. I really want to see if this works. Remember, you right-click it, it spits out the items. Like, let's see. Crated wheat. Now I just need a lever. Do I have any levers on me? Probably not. I'm sure I've got one in my bag, but you know how good I am at finding things in my bag, guys. There we go. So imagine just having like a bunch of crated wheat in your deployer, and you walk up and push a button, and it spits wheat out at you. Or wood, or whatever other resources you need. That might be kind of fun. Maybe that'll happen in Season 4. Maybe not. I mean, the requester tool is also just awesome. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe. Maybe in Season 4. So do I want to set up a similar system here for the beeswax and all that cool crazy stuff? Yeah, maybe I'll think about it. Let's go check on our apiaries while we're at it. Things are going well over here. Got a ton of stuff as usual. Producing lots of cool things. How are we doing with this? Yeah, see, look at all these stringy combs and honeycombs. Like, I've got a ridiculous amount of resources. I should do the same thing right here in this area. Maybe just set up a similar system in here to automatically shrink down all the resources that I've got into crates. Might not be a bad idea. Alright guys, so I'm thinking I don't have quite the time in this episode to set up a similar system for automatic crating of all my bee stuff, but maybe that'll happen in the next episode. How am I doing with red matter? Good amount, not bad, 58. Let's burn it up. Nice. I'm probably close to being able to craft another Klein Star Omega, but maybe I want to craft myself something new. What could Dyer be up to now? Good question. If I target dark matter, can I get diamonds? Yeah. So let's see. I think I want to upgrade and get myself a dark matter sword. Woot. Now this guy is pretty cool. Alright, so this thing is pretty cool. I don't know if I've got the ability to use it on farm animals, but let's test it out. You know me, I like testing. Where's a sheep? Sheep. So you can charge it up, and it's pretty powerful, or you can just use the R key. Let's see. Guess it doesn't work on friendly animals, but the R key is like an area of effect attack. It's pretty sweet, but otherwise it's just an awesome sword that'll never break. And some versions of Equivalent Exchange, the R key or the charge level determine the damage, but maybe not this one. I don't know. So that's fine with me. I'm gonna zip back over here though, because with my red matter income, I think I can spare 2 of them, can I? Probably. So let's craft up. I've got my dark matter sword, red matter, and red matter. Woot, red matter sword. Nice item. Pretty much the same deal. Charge up. You got 3 levels of charge on this guy. Maybe I should wait till nighttime to test it out, but you know, it does some serious damage. I wonder if I zipped down here a little bit and maybe went poking around in some caves. Sure, I could find a cave somewhere that would have some bad guys for me to deal with, right? Bad guys? Anybody? I'm running around in the dark. No, of course not. Why would there be bad guys down here in a cave that's nice and dark? That's alright. If I don't find any in a moment, you'll get the gist though. Charged up, and the R key for a sweet area of effect. Still doesn't work on sheep. Oh well. How'd that block get grass on it? Who wants to bet Enderman? I bet Enderman. Maybe I'll find a mob in a minute and be right back. Alright, I just found a couple zombies. I blocked them off so they couldn't get to me before I killed them. Charge it up and hit the R key. Let's see if this range is good enough. Oh yeah. Now it doesn't do as much damage when you do the area of effect ability with it as it would if you, you know, hit them with one shot directly. But don't let that stop you. Area of effect abilities, totally worth it. So a very cool sword, and plus it just looks nice sitting on my hotbar next to my Morning Star. Now there is an item I can use the red matter sword to make. It's called the Red Katar, and it combines the red matter axe, the sword, the shears, and the hoe. And maybe you guys will get to see those next episode. But before we wrap up this episode, I'm thinking it might be a good idea to pop in here and check on my dragon egg. So far, so good. No problems. What's up in my bag here, by the way? Do I have stuff on me? Clearly I have stuff on me, but I don't know if I have the stuff I want on me. Where's my mercurial eye? Maybe in my yellow bag. Oh, I've got a diamond block. That's cool. Plenty of these things. Let's do this real quick. Somebody suggested in my IRC channel that I do this, and I told them, you know what, that's a good idea. Why don't I give it a shot? So I'm going to make some diamond cover strips here, maybe even a few more. And what if I lined them up like so along here? How cool would this look? Oh yeah, that does look kind of cool. See? I don't have any aesthetic sense, but you guys out there do. So the credit for that idea goes to the IRC channel, Direwolf20 on Espernet. Some of the guys hang out, the fans, and a lot of cool people in that room, and it's a pretty nice place to chill. So I'm in there every now and then, chatting it up with some of the followers, and I like it. That looks cool. Yeah, take that, Enderman. You ain't got nothing on this egg. This thing's nice and running, well protected. Make sure it stays on. But my Archangel Smite, keeping this room safe. Plus the force field door. Endermen don't know how to work levers. I'm only assuming that. I mean, I've never seen an Enderman activate a lever, have you? I didn't think so. So I think this is a pretty good wrapping up point for episode 66. Like I said, I might swing back next episode and get one of those automatic crating systems going out in my apiary. I think it's definitely hit the point where I've got so many resources out here, I really need to start crating them. Yeah, just silly amounts. And now that I've got a pretty good beat on how to automatically crate and uncrate something, I might replicate that design in Season 4 of my Let's Play, which I mentioned earlier in this episode. Lots of cool stuff coming up there. I can't wait to start it, to be honest with you. And probably going to craft a couple more red power things and probably some equivalent exchange stuff. Who knows? So this is Direwolf20 signing off, episode 66. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.